Hello and welcome back to Airbrush Ways. In this video I'm going to try and answer a question which can't be answered, and that'll all become clear in a second. Lots of people, including myself, start to ask, what's the PSI of your compressor? What kind of reduction have you got on the paint that you're using? People get a bit frustrated and a bit annoyed and a bit disheartened when it comes to spraying and what kind of pressure they should use and what kind of ratio of reduction should they have with the paint. And the simple answer is it varies. There is no answer. And I'm going to try and show you now roughly what I mean. A lot of this comes with experience when you're mixing paint and using your compressor and the PSI. Everyone is different, and you start to realise when you're doing a job or you're painting something that maybe if it's not going right for you on that particular day, you have to change something. And it could be reducing your paint, it could be thickening your paint, it could be putting your PSI up, it could be putting your PSI down. And no one can really tell you how to do it. It's something that you're going to have to figure out and through experience. So I'm going to start off. I've got the Iwata HPCH, and what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to mix a 50-50 mix with 4012 reducer and Wicked Blue, and I'm going to try and get it as best as I can. So what I'm using here is a little dropper so that I can get the right amount of drops in there. So there's 2 drops, and I'm going to try and put in 2 small drops of the blue. Okay, I think that mix now is as near as I can get it to a 50-50 mix, reducer and paint. As you can see on the board there, I have 3 different types of surfaces to paint on. And what I'm trying to show you is that you're going to get 3 different types of effect from that paint. It's going to do different things. So this is why I'm saying you can't put it down to having your PSI at 40 and your paint at 70% reduced. So we have plastic. We have a plastic that I've just sprayed a little bit of white base coat down, and then we have paper. So if I start up here, and I hope you can see this, I'm just going to put on the air. I'm at 40, I'm dead on 40 PSI, the MAC valves are open, and we know with 50-50 paint. If I just start ever so slightly to bring out some paint. I hope you can see that. So that, actually it's a cool effect. It's producing little rings, little blue rings on this plastic folder. If I open it up a bit more, look what it does now. We're getting this big spider effect. Okay, so now we've got the same paint, same air, everything else, and I'm now going to go on to the plastic that I've just put about 2 coats of white autobone sealer, and we're just going to see the difference here, if there is a difference. So it's still producing rings. If I come away a bit and just give it a little bit more, not spidering as much, but it is spidering. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing now on the paper. I'll just try and zoom you in a bit. Okay, so the same thing now on the paper. Same paint, same PSI. As you can see there, we're now getting the paint sticking onto the paper, whereas it wasn't too bad on the base coat and wasn't great on the plastic. Now what I'm going to do, and I didn't pull the trigger all the way back, I just pulled it enough so that I could see paint coming out, and then put it back when I'd finished painting. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to try and lay down a little bit of paint on these three with the paint that I've got left, and see if I can get the paint to actually stick without it spreading or fish-eyeing or anything. I'm going very slightly, building up the paint. I still want a fairly decent coverage, so I'm not just going to leave it light. I'm going to build it up. Okay, that's just starting to spread. I'll do the middle one. So that's building up and it's not starting to separate like the first one. And then we'll do the third one on the paper. That seems to take a little bit longer to build up because it's obviously starts off by soaking into the paper. So to get the same kind of saturation level, it's probably taking a little bit more paint and taking a longer time to get to it. So just to go through again, I've tried to get you a little bit closer this time. That's just the plastic sheet. You can see the spidering and the little circles that it's making on the top piece, and you can hopefully just see how it's starting to spread out of the middle and cause a dark line round the outside where the paint isn't sticking. 40 psi, 50-50 paint and reducer. So I'm going to move you slightly now, and on this one, which is the plastic with the Autobone sealer over the top of it, we've got a better spray here. It's held the paint better. Still a little bit of spidering and stuff when I was up close there, but that was definitely better than the first one. And then the last one, tiny bit of spidering on the big dot, and I did lay down a fair bit of paint. All the little dots weren't fish-eyeing or making circles, and the paint took a little bit longer to get there, but definitely no movement of the paint when it's on there. So what PSI should I use, and what percentage of reducer should I put into my paint? And the answer is, it varies every time. I hate to say this because I know when I ask, I expect to get a magic number that I can just put into the airbrush and use, but unfortunately it doesn't work that way. Those three are just giving you a little bit of an idea of the variance involved when it comes to what you're painting on, your PSI, reduction of paint. That's just a one-off. All these things you really do need to play with. Don't get disheartened. Don't worry, because everybody asks the same question. Okay, so that was just a quick video. I'm sorry I've not been able to just give you an answer of how to do whatever. I'm giving you an answer of it takes time and a little bit of practice on your part. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed that. It's not giving you answers, but at least you know. It won't stop you asking what am I doing wrong, or what PSI should I be using? I still ask people now, what PSI are you using when you're doing a certain thing? Don't stop asking questions. If you've enjoyed what I've shown you, give me a thumbs up, like and share these videos, leave me a comment if you have any questions, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon at the side, which will notify you when we're putting up another video. Okay, I'm Jack, this is Airbrush Ways. Thanks for watching, bye.